Before starting this session, I just want to convey one thing, that is this session is not for the beginners. If you have basic knowledge on aptitude, then it will be understand. Let's start. Let's solve the first question. 1 by 4th of the tank contains fuel. So the fuel is 1 by 4th of the tank, and 22 liters of the fuel is poured into the tank, so which means 1 by 4th of the fuel already there in the tank, and we are adding 22 liters to it, and the tank indicator reads half mark, which means if you combine these two, which is equals to half of the capacity of the tank. Find the capacity of the tank in liters. So I always suggest you to solve the question from the question statement. So here the question statement is find the capacity of the tank. Now let's take the capacity of the tank. I am assuming as X liters. Okay, now come to the first point that says 1 by 4th of the tank contains fuel. So initially the level of the fuel is 1 by 4th, and later we are adding 22 liters. So finally the equation will be 1 by 4th of X plus 22 liters, which is equals to, we already know that becomes half of the capacity of the tank. Okay, now so in any aptitude question, the basic part you need to do is, that is converting the data into the equation. If you properly convert the data into the equation, then half the work is done. So most of the students did mistakes in converting the equation. So if you convert properly, then you can easily do it. So anyhow, half is a greater number than 1 by 4th. So let's take 1 by 4th the right side. So half of X, 1 by 4th of X, which is equals to 22. So take the LCM 4, which means 2X minus X is equals to 22. X is equals to 22 into 4, which is 88. And we are taking the capacity of the tank is X liters, and we got X is equals to 88, which means the capacity of the tank is 88 liters. So hope you understand this one. Let's solve the next question. How many 5-digit even numbers can be formed from the given numbers? So 1 to 6 numbers are given. Digit should not repeat. The second last digit is the even. Okay, so first here it is asking about 5-digit even number. So let's go with a simpler method, that is 5 digits I need to fill like this, and it is asking even numbers. So it is asking how many even numbers we can form with these numbers, and the condition is given like the digit should not be repeated, which means if I used one digit here, we cannot use the same digit again. And one more condition is given, the last digit is, the second last digit is even. Okay, now first we'll go with this condition. How do we know that a number is an even number? By checking a units place, which means the unit place should be filled with an even number, so that we can understand that the complete number is an even number. So the possible even numbers we can place at the last place is, either we can fill with 2, either we can fill with 4, or either we can fill with 6, which means we have 3 possibilities are there. And the digit should not be repeated, and the condition given like the second last digit is also an even number, which means this is also even number. And for a unit place we have 3 possibilities, and units digit should not be repeated, which means the remaining place, the second last place, we have only 2 possibilities. And other than that, we don't have any conditions for these 3 places, and we left with 4 digits here because we used 2 digits here. Out of 6 digits we used 4 digits, sorry, we used 2 digits, which means we left with 4. So 4p3. Okay, so this formula will be 4p3, that is permutation. When the digits are not repeated, we can use the formula 4p3, and 4p3 value is 4 factorial by 4 minus 3 factorial, which is equals to 24. Okay, so we have 4 digits and we are filling 3 digits here. So 4p3 is the formula for that, and 24 is the answer for that 4p3. And apart from that, we also have 2 here and we also have 3 here, which means 2 ways and 3 ways. And if you multiply this one, 24 into 6, So 24 into 6, which means 144. So answer for the question is 144, which means the 144 numbers are there which satisfies this condition. Hope you understand this one. Let's solve this question. Out of group of kids, 7 by 2 times of the square root of total number are playing outside the ground and the remaining 2 are inside the ground. Find the total number of kids. Now generally the total number of kids we are going to find that we are assuming as x. But when you observe the statement here, 7 by 2 times of square root of x, which means what we can consider 7 by 2 times of square root of x. So this looks very odd. For that, what we can consider, the total number of kids are x square. So this becomes the solution very easy. Now you can do it very easily. We are assuming the total number of kids are x square. Now 7 by 2 times of square root of x, which means 7 by 2 times of square root of x, square root of kids will be x square root, which means x. Playing outside the ground, and the remaining 2 are inside the ground, which means if you add these 2 here, then that will be x square. So if you simply solve this, you will get the answer, which is 7x plus 4 equals to 2x square. So 2x square minus 7x minus 4 equal to 0. So as this looks like a quadratic equation, we need to find out the factors for that. So how do you find out the factors? Multiply 2 into 4, which is 8. So we need to consider two values, which makes the coefficient of x here. So which means 2x square minus 8x plus x minus 4 equals to 0. So if you take 2x common, x minus 4, if you plus 1 common, x minus 4, which is equals to 0, we are finding the factors of the equation. So 2x plus 1 and x minus 4 equals to 0. So here you will get x is equals to minus 1 by 2 and x is equals to 4. So as this is a quadratic equation, we will get two values, and here x is equals to 1 by 2 is definitely not possible because this is representing the number of kids. So 1 by 2 is definitely not the number of kids, and here it is x square, and if you consider a square of 1 by 2 also, then it will become 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 is definitely not representing the kids. Then we'll go with the next part, that is x is equals to 4. But see, in examination what will happen, we are getting x is equals to 4 and we have an option of option C as 4. We'll go with that. But see, we are assuming the total number of kids are x square, which means the answer for the question is x square, that is 16. So this is the smallest area where the students get confused and pick a wrong answer for the question. Whatever answer we are getting in the solution, we are picking that one. But initially we did a few things, that is total number of kids we are assuming as x square. So answer for the question will be x square, that is 16. So hope you understand and concentrate this point. In a class every weekend, 3/8 of the boys and 1/3 of girls participate in a school cultural activities. If the total number of participants are 54, out of them 18 are boys, and find the total number of boys and girls in the class. So generally we are taking boys is B and the number of girls are G. Let us take it. And the question says 3/8 of boys plus 1/3 of girls are participating in an activity, and the total number of participants are 54. So let's take this as a first equation, and the second will be out of them 18 are boys, and we are taking the number of boys are B, which means 3/8 of B, which is equals to 18. So from this we'll get 3B equals to 18 into 8. So 3 ones are 3 6 are, which means the number of boys are 48. Now what we need to find out, the girls in the class. So just substitute this here. 3/8 of B will be 18 plus 1/3 of G is equals to 54. So 1/3 of G equals to 54 minus 18. There you will get 36. So G value will be 108. So 36 into 3 will be 108, and boys are 48, girls are 108. So the total number of boys and girls is 48 plus 108, which is equals to 156. So hope I am clear with the solution. And the basic part you need to understand here is converting the data into the equation. Now let's solve the question. And see here, you have been given us physical balance of 7 weights, that is 47, 46, 43, 48, 49 and 42 and 77. Keeping the weights on one pan. Now let's take this one pan and this is the other pan. Object on the other. What is the maximum you can weight less than 178? And condition is very clear. The total weight on a other pan. So the total weight on this pan should be less than 178. Okay, so what is the maximum the weights we can use? Okay, so if in order to get the maximum weight, first we need to take the maximum weight of the given weights here, which is 77. Okay, now let's take the number, the value should be less than 178. So I'll give you a easiest method for this. 178, let's subtract the 77, here you will get 101. So which means we need to consider the other 2 or 3 weights to get the value as 101. And see, all the numbers are here is above 40s, and if you consider 3 numbers here, which means 3 numbers more than 40, you will get 120 as a number. So that will be obviously greater than 178. So we should consider only 2 values. So we should consider only 2 values, and 2 values should be equal or less of 101. So what are the 2 values which are less or equal to 101? So that will be nearer to 50s. So nearer to 50s means what? You can consider 49 and you can consider 48. And we already counted 77. So these are the 3 weights which will give you a maximum weight which is less than 178. So hope I am clear with this. So as this is the first part of TCS NQT's aptitude session, so later I'll discuss more logical thinking questions and reasoning questions as well. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.